Hey, what's up, folks? I'm going to take you on a little journey today and show you how I make my pizza dough. I use a modified version of a Bobby Flay recipe, so I'm going to walk you through that. We're going to use my Sunbeam thingamajiggy. Um, it came with these dough hooks, which are really awesome. So I have my ingredients out here. I use bread flour for my dough because it crisps up a little better. I use this Fleischmann's active dry yeast, which I'll try to cut open a little bit. And then I got my hot water, and then I got a little bit of salt and a little bit of sugar. And I know people get all weird, but that's what the recipe calls for, and I'm not going to start any arguments. So let's get going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a condensed version of the dough because I'm trying to watch my figure. And also to the original recipe called to basically make two pizzas, and I'm one person, and usually when I make a pizza, I'll usually eat about half of it, and then I'll put the rest of it in the fridge, and I'll eat that later on in the week. Good frugal tips from the weasel. Okay, so let's get started. I've got my cup of flour I'll put in there. I'm going to break my board out a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on that, and you'll see why I do that in a little bit. So I'll put a little flour there, and I've got my olive oil. That'll be a last step before we let it set. Let's see. So we want to put in 2 teaspoons, 2 teaspoon-ishes of salt. Like I said, I'm making a modified version of the recipe, so maybe full on salt, maybe not too good. We're going to do a teaspoon of sugar for some reason. I don't know, I'm not a scientist, so I guess it works for something. Alright, so we're going to cut our Fleischmann's active dry packets into 2, and I will save 1 for another day because odds are I'm going to make pizza again. I mean, we all knew I was going to make pizza anyway, so whatever. So, alright, so I'm going to put the dry yeast in there. The important thing is I have about a cup and a half of hot water, and how you blend the process depends on how you see the consistency coming out. Hopefully you're going to be able to see a good consistency here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on. It's probably going to get loud. It's not as loud as my guitar amp, so just deal with it. You get a nice blend going there. And now I'm going to introduce some water. I give it a little bit of water and let it spread around a little bit. It's starting to get a little bit of a consistency going. I usually give it a spin because unfortunately this model doesn't spin on its own. And on occasion what I will do is I will influence the mixture a little bit by getting in there. You want to watch how you get caught here because I have ruined a couple spoons, and splinters in your dough is not very fun. If you do this right, you can pretty much clean the entire ball off. And you're supposed to get about a good little mixture that's going to come out in one fell swoop. So pull it up a little bit. Use this to come off. Sometimes it doesn't always come out too good, and you gotta kind of mush it down a little bit, but I think we can work with this. Get over there. Alright. Stick you there for now. So now I got my little flour bed here. I made it, and now I'm going to lay in it. So, as you can see, the dough kind of came out, not as perfectly as a ball, but close enough. So I'm gonna flip it around and put some flour on it. Yeah. By the way, these are the things I do when I'm alone. So, ladies, you don't know what you're missing. Also, dogs, please. I'm missing you. Alright, so I'm going to let that sit for just a little bit while I get my olive oil in the ball. The olive oil in the ball is supposed to prevent from sticking, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to put this in your bowl for and let it set for an hour. I like to get a little like base there going, just so that that's there and around. And here I'm going to take my flour, my dough, I'm going to plop it in there, and voila. So, that took all about 6 minutes to do. I'm going to put some plastic over this, I'm going to let it set for an hour, and at about 2:40 I should be able to take this out and go. You see how easy that was? There's only 6 minutes to do that. And it's good. Well, it takes an hour to do. You just made your own dough in 6 freaking minutes. I mean, less than 10 minutes to sit there and prep your own pizza, man. Don't sit here and order from Domino's and all that crap. Make your own pizza. Make it. Do it your own way. I don't know. Is that good enough? Whatever. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to this thingamajiggy, and I don't know why I made this video, but have fun.